Welcome to the 54th annual Ed Glodzik Memorial Tournament. We're in our effort to try to broadcast as many games as possible. We're here on Monday night for a 6th grade girls game, a rivalry game between the Rutland City Rec and Christ the King. I'm here with Bill Perry and Rich Dow running the camera. Bill, a lot of familiarity with these girls due to done a lot of coaching at Christ the King over the last few years. I think coached several of these girls last year.
Many of the girls I have.
Yeah. Any idea how either team's doing this year, Bill?
I don't have any idea. I think Rutland's doing pretty well this year.
I've heard that the city team is doing pretty well. Not sure about Christ the King. We got Tracy Adams and Steve Blongi doing some volunteer officiating tonight, and we're going to hit the tip. City wins the tip. It goes controlled by Elise Magro, number 4 for Rutland City. She gets it out to Sky Woodard. Quick shot, no good. Rebounded by number 41.
Rory Carrera.
Who is it?
41, yeah. Rory Carrera.
Rory Carrera. Christ the King will try to run some offense. Rutland City in a man-to-man. And we've got, I believe, an illegal screen. Yeah, an illegal screen on number 13 for Christ the King. That's Aaron McClellan.
Aaron McClellan.
I always struggle with that, though. I know their parents very well. I still never get the name right. Magro appears to be a pretty good ball handler. No?
Yeah, she seems to be.
Yeah. Well, did you
must have something to do with the coaching?
Did you coach Elise last year?
I did coach Elise last year.
So you're pretty familiar with her game.
Yeah, she's been a pure athlete right from the get-go.
Elise, I think, went to Christ the King up through the 5th grade and transferred over to the public school system this year. She gets a steal, but misses a layup. Nice ball handling by
Issa Anderson,
but she also misses a short jumper.
Kristen Elliott on the rebound.
Kristen Elliott. Dan Elliott's daughter?
Dan Elliott's daughter.
Kristen Elliott gets the Christ the King Crusaders on the board. Is that the Christ the King nickname, Crusaders, Bill?
The Crusaders it is.
The Crusaders. I always liked their uniforms, the gold and red.
Did you see the big stuff right there?
Yeah, big block by number 22. Angela Perry. Christ the King off to a pretty good start, but Issa carries the ball.
That was something that she did not learn from me.
You didn't teach her how to carry?
I didn't teach her how to carry the ball.
Issa Anderson, 6th grader for Christ the King?
6th grader for Christ the King.
Yeah, I think you told me earlier there's quite a mix of 5th and 6th graders on this team.
I'm going to say there's probably 5 6th graders, and the rest are going to be 5th graders.
Okay, and then Rutland City, they're the way they run their programs, all of these girls should probably be 6th graders. They also have a 5th grade team. They don't normally allow girls to play up. Issa handling the ball out at the point, guarded by Magro. Dribbles over to the wing, shows that she can dribble with her left hand a little bit, takes an open jumper and misses. Rebounded by Francia Torre. Gets the ball back into Magro's hands. She drives into the lane, good drive. Off on Christ the King. Inbound for Rutland City, number 33, Leah Sharon. Christ the King playing his own defense. Get the ball to Magro. Good pass outside to number 32, Grace Perkins. No good. Rebound Perry. Still at 2-0, 3:43 left in the first quarter. I think we're going to get a reach-in foul on Magro. Foul on, oh no, they called the foul on
Issa Anderson.
Issa must have been after the steal.
That's one thing Elise has always been able to do, is she's been able to pick people's pocket for quite some time here.
Both Magro and Anderson working really hard on defense, really hustling in the early going. Christ the King playing, I think, their zone. Issa really working hard on Magro. Good little crossover. She gets it out to a Torrey, Francia Torrey, number 13. Back to Magro. Christ the King in a 2-3 zone, and we're going to get another foul. No, it's an illegal screen. Always a problem at this age level.
Yes.
6th grade.
They always tend to take an extra step or two when they're trying to set that screen.
Yeah, you're as a coach, you're really encouraged that they're trying to run some offense, and you want girls setting screens, or boys, but sometimes they set illegal screens, and it's something that the refs have to call because someone can really get hurt on an illegal screen. So, would you agree?
I would agree.
Magro dribbles the ball up the right side. Nice crossover dribble. Goes to the opposite. A lot of dribbling. Oh, they're going to get Anderson for a foul. Could be a problem for Coach Elliott. It looks like Anderson is point guard, and she's picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. Just hustling, though. Just hustling.
She's hustling.
She's really moving her feet. That is a very good crossover. Very quick crossover by Magro. No good. Perry battling for the rebound. She gets it back to Anderson. Anderson dribbling on the left wing, gets double teamed. Sky Woodard comes in to play some defense. Back to Anderson. Nice little give and go. No good on the layup, but very good scoring opportunity. Perry gets the rebound, doesn't put it in. And we got a loose ball. We're going to have a held ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Rutland Rec. You know, Bill, I've been watching a lot of these games over the last couple days, broadcasting a lot. It seems almost every game it's a pretty sleepy first quarter. Not a lot of points. What do you think that might be?
Just not warmed up yet.
Yeah, I think maybe, you know, they're they're a little nervous to be playing in the Glodzik. The tournament's so well run. I think it's a big stage for these kids. They look forward to it all year. It takes them a little time to start to feel each other out, get into the game.
I'm not quite sure, but has Christ the King played many times in this tournament?
I don't believe either of these teams has played yet. Oh, you mean in history? In
the history.
Oh, I don't know. They the Glodzik only started with the girls a few years ago. This is the second year. My third year. My camera guy, Rich Dow, who lives in West Rutland and has a couple daughters, so he'd be familiar with it. Says this is the third year they've had girls in the Glodzik. So you think possibly this is the first year Christ the King's been in it?
I do think so, because usually at this time they're playing in the CYOs.
So is it still CYOs to come up maybe a little later in the season?
Yeah, we're going to be playing actually the 23rd of this month.
The 23rd, a couple weeks. Yeah, Bill actually coaches helps coach the 7th and 8th grade. Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the bookkeeper for the 7th, 8th grade team.
Well, I know you've been pretty involved with Aaron Eaton and some of the other guys from Christ the King and Greg McClellan over the last few years. They pretty much have you coaching everything, don't they, over there, Bill?
Well, I try and do what I can and make the best of it.
Yeah. I know you had a lot of background in soccer before you jumped into the soccer coaching. But you've been coaching, what, for 4 or 5, several years.
I've probably been coaching soccer and basketball for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
My soccer coaching kind of entailed in I had the kids teach me how to coach soccer, and they made me a coach.
Well, I can tell you, Bill, that only heard really good things about all your efforts to help the kids out at Christ the King. Like everybody that coaches at this age level, we know it's all volunteer. You put in a lot of time. I think you've spent some time actually coaching kids when your daughter wasn't even on the team, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. And to me, that's always the true commitment of a volunteer.
You're a little mistaken about the non-paying, though. You know, we sign a contract at Christ the King.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they reimbursed their coaching staff.
I can't disclose what I'm making, but...
Oh, really? It's top secret? It's top secret. Is it a $1 contract or something like that, Bill?
$1 for the year.
$1, which you then have to donate back to Christ the King immediately?
I do.
Yeah, I expected such. You buy a 50-50 ticket and
I actually got to pull. I got to pull $4 more out of my pocket to get that 50-50 ticket.
So back to the game, 2-2 in the first quarter. I don't know. We haven't had much for substitutions. Meagher with a drive, but misses the layup. Gets her own rebound. She dribbles pretty well with both hands. Open jumper for Francia Torrey. And they're going to give her 2 on that, Bill. I think she had a foot on the line.
I believe it was on the line.
The city, some of the city fans here, some of the 6th grade boys are ready to put their hands up and call it a 3. Jamison Evans and a few others here were ready to give her a 3 on that one, but the ref says no, it's a 2.
I think they might be a little biased on
I'm
this
sure
side.
they're biased, but we're not, Bill. 4-2, Rutland. Ball goes over to Sky Woodard. Oh, another illegal screen. Pretty common foul at this age level. Falls on number 3, Leah Sharon. 31 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Checking in for Christ the King, number 11. That's Sophia Tedesco.
35.
35 also checked in.
35, Emily.
35, Emily Hathaway also in the game for Christ the King. Magro drives to the basket. Yeah, clearly a foul. Probably saved the layup. Foul on number 22,
Jack,
Angela Perry.
there was no foul on that?
No foul. Oh, they
called that a clean block.
Wow, okay. I guess it's okay to hit somebody in the head when you're trying to block their shot. But, so they're going to inbound the ball. Ball saved by Tori. She gets it to Magro. Shot by number 32. I'm going to get behind her. Grace Perkins. Rutland.
Stephanie Allen steals the ball.
The rebound, and that's going to end the first quarter. We're going to take a break, see if we can memorize these names a little better. At the end of one, it's Rutland 4 and Christ the King 2. Back for the second quarter. Jack Rogers, Bill Perry, Rich Dow for PEGTV. Monday at the Glodzik, we have a girls' first round game. Christ the King, that was almost a tackle. Seriously, that was a pretty good tackle. I think they teach you to hit in the midsection, though, not go for the knees. So we're going to get a foul called on Elisa. Wait a second.
I think they just called a travel on
They
it.
called a travel? Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry. I thought they were going to call a foul on Elise Magro. No call. And ball goes to Rutland. Wow. My gosh, I thought that the Magro girl dove right in front of her and tripped her up. But inbound to Magro. She's demonstrated a really good crossover dribble, but that time she dribbles it on the baseline, and it will go back to Christ the King. 4-2 Rutland. Just the start of the second quarter.
I think we're going to see things pick up in this quarter.
I think usually they play this tournament being played with high school rules, so both teams are capable of pressing at any time. Currently, they're both in a 2-3 zone, but I'm sure as the game goes along, we'll see some full court pressure. Woodard unable to get the ball to Magro, but she's got a pretty good handle. She dribbles it up herself. Passes in the corner to number 32, Grace Perkins. Shot no good. Loose ball. Probably going to get a tie-up. We do have a jump ball, the possession arrow in favor of Rutland. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. Christ the King sticking with a 2-3 zone. Maybe even a little box and one. They might be playing a box and one on Magro. As Anderson appears to be chasing her all around. In the game now for Christ the King, number 3, Katie Dugan.
I'm going to have to say the Christ the King girls look pretty good out there with that zone defense. This is the first zone defense that I've seen them play. Well, I've coached them for 4 years.
Yeah, that's one thing that typically during the regular school season, for people who are unaware that there's some differences in the Glodzik rules. Typically at this level, man-to-man defense is required, and you can only play full court defense in the fourth quarter. For this tournament, however, the high school rules apply, so you can play any type of defense. You can press at any time, and it's sometimes a little hard to get adjusted to for these kids who are not used to playing zone.
Now are you?
And you can also tackle and block people by hitting them on top of the head, as we've seen so far in the first half. That's my cameraman Rich Dow pointing that out for me.
Now, are you telling me in the regular season at a 6th grade level they can't play a zone defense?
They can't on the boy level, no zone defense.
I wasn't aware of that.
Girls, but with boys, there's no zone defense allowed. At least in the Rutland Rec League or the teams that Rutland Rec plays. And I mean, I've always been in favor of that. We got a steal by Anderson. Let's see, she jump stops, takes a good shot, no good. Did a nice job controlling herself and getting herself set offensively, just didn't make the shot.
Yeah, she needs to let the frustration go and just continue to play the game.
Yeah, she looks like she's a pretty good little ball player.
And she is. She's a hard worker and plays well with the kids.
Tori misses a jumper. She hit one in the first quarter, gets it back to Magro. Magro dribbles over to the right side. Good-looking jumper, no good. Both teams getting some good shots, they're just not going in. Tori avoids the tie-up. There's a tip, so there won't be a backcourt violation. Anderson's got 2 fouls. She's got to be careful not to pick up a third. Woodard drives into the lane, takes a jumper, no good. Rebound by number 41, Rory Carrera.
Rory Carrera
gets the ball to Anderson. Ball goes on the wing to number 11, Sofia Tedesco. Being guarded by Magro, gets it to number 41, Carrera.
Back to Katie Dugan,
and
picked up by Elise Magro.
Lost, got a breakaway for Woodard. Let's see if she can put it in. She does. It's 6-2 Rutland with 2:51 left in the first quarter. So Christa King gets a good shot for Elliott, no good. Rebound to a Tori, but she's going to get a held ball by Anderson, comes in and ties her up.
Anderson's going to have to be real careful because with the 2 fouls, she can pick up a third one real quick. And
she does have to be careful because it seems that she's pretty important to them from a ball handling standpoint.
She's the point guard, and she needs to be out there on the court.
So Christa King has gotten some good shots. But they're just haven't been able to put the ball in the basket. It's 6-2. Nice defense by Magro. Tips it out of bounds, right into the hands of Coach Magro, her father. Rutland coached by Dave Magro. Christa King by Dan Elliott. Both daughters on the team. Anderson hustles for her own loose ball, but then throws it back into the pile. Well, this time the held ball will go in favor of Rutland. 2:22 left in the first. Rutland leading Christa King in this rivalry game 6-2. Now, Bill, you've coached in this rivalry before. Do these girls actually dislike each other, or do they get along okay?
No, they don't dislike each other at all. They actually play soccer together. And
oh, that's good. Good sportsmanship demonstrated by both teams.
There is a little rivalry, but there is no dislike between the 2 teams.
Now, as a coach, do you sometimes say, this is Rutland, we really need to get fired up?
Of course I do.
You do, and the girls start to foam at the mouth a little bit, and they can't wait to go.
No, they're too meticulous and too pretty to be foaming at the mouth.
Oh, are they? You're absolutely right. I shouldn't make that comment while doing a girls' game.
They can't show me that side of them. I have seen 1 or 2 cry before.
Well, that's pretty common. I'd say even on the boys' side, right up to the high school level. Sometimes I have to tell my players, you really can't cry on the court. So it's 6-4. Christa King, as I was joking around with Bill, got a bucket. No idea who scored it. I'm sorry I missed it, but I know the coach got pretty excited when it went in from Christa King, so they're right in the game. It's 6-4. I think that's going to be, no, it's Rutland ball. Thought that maybe was tipped by a Rutland player before it went out of bounds.
Throughout this whole tournament, boys and girls, I haven't really seen a whole lot of press.
No, other than we saw the Rutland Town boys come out and press all game last night. There's been some limited pressure, a lot of zone, unfortunately. I like to see the girls still play, or boys still play man-to-man. But it is a tournament situation, and kids are trying to, coaches and kids are trying to win. And at this age level, zone can be a very effective defense, forcing kids who are really not physically that capable of taking outside shots from shooting the ball. They have to shoot the ball from the outside.
Right.
Magro looks like she is physically capable of shooting a 3, because that was a good-looking 3, but it doesn't go in. She's gotten good shots all through the first half, just hasn't been able to get them to go down. She gets it over to Elliott, but she has it stolen by Magro. think it's pretty safe to say Magro's all over the court.
Magro is all over the court. She's one of the top players on the court right now.
So that was probably a big loss for the Christ the King girls to have her switch over to the Rutland side.
Yes, it was.
Could be a story there, but I guess we probably shouldn't get into it.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't get into that one.
All right.
But she is not the reason why I'm not coaching.
She's what?
Is not the reason why I'm not
coaching. Okay, very good, very good. Well, that sounds like some investigatory journalism that maybe Amanda from PEGTV's weekly news story can get involved in if she's interested.
I played the fifth. My daughter got to step up to play with the 7th and 8th grade this year, and I just didn't have the time to do the coaching this year.
Gotcha. So 18 seconds left, 6-4 Rutland. Sky Woodard gets a good look at a shot, no good. Christ the King has been able to control the boards fairly well with Perry and Elliott.
7 seconds on the clock, and Isa Anderson hits one from outside.
Pretty much hits a buzzer beater. Christ the King gaining a little momentum with a couple of buckets late in the second quarter. So we'll go to halftime, and it is a barn burner, Billy. It's 6-6 at halftime. We'll be back for the second half after this. It's Monday night, so still pretty early in the week, but it seems a lot later in the week after the marathon this weekend. Lots of games on Saturday and Sunday here in West Rutland. This is a first-round girls game. I believe it's the first game for either of these teams, Christ the King and Rutland. Tied at 6 in the first half.
Shot goes up by Mary Babb.
Mary Babb gets
just off
in the game for the first time, and she gets a good look at a shot right away. Going to be a tie-up in the after Christ King got the ball to start the half. It'll be Rutland's ball. So yeah, there's some, as you can expect, a couple of local teams. There's some local history. Dan Elliott, I believe, is the AD at Christ the King, right?
Yes, he is. He's also the varsity girls coach.
Varsity girls coach for MSJ. Nice drive by Magro. Maybe she'll get on track in the second half. She gives Rutland an 8-6 lead. Rutland is coming with some pressure.
Christ the King's got to get up there and give a little help.
Yep. Good decision by Coach Elliott. They weren't ready for the pressure, so he got a timeout before he got a 5-second call. So Dan, I think, has been coaching the varsity girls for a year or two, a couple years over at...
years at MSJ.
Some girls you're familiar with are on the team, I believe. Erin Eaton's got a daughter on the team as a freshman.
Yeah, Megan Eaton, she's a very good player.
There's some 8th graders on the team, I believe, also, or JV level?
No, not for the varsity, and they don't quite have a JV team yet.
Okay.
I think they're hoping to put a JV team in next year, and...
I've got a little piece of history with Coach Magro from Christ the King, or from Rutland. He was when he was in school, he went to Christ the King, and I remember playing against him in the Glodzik tournament. Let's see, that'd be before it was even called the Glodzik tournament, actually, when I was in the 5th grade. His team may have actually won the Glodzik that year when he was in 6th grade for Christ the King. Now, how's that for a piece of history?
So you and Dave are actually the same age. I didn't realize.
I believe Dave's 1 year older than me. Yep. He was in 6th grade and I was in the 5th grade. And I remember playing Christ the King as a 5th grader and being fearful of this monster team, this juggernaut, Christ the King juggernaut. And pretty sure they beat us pretty handily, so I wasn't mistaken.
How did you fare in the Glodzik tournament when you played?
Well, I'm pretty sure we lost to Christ the King. We may have won a game that year, but then lost to Christ the King. I think Dave was the point guard. You know what? I could be mistaken. That might have been his brother Joe. So scrap that story. It's not relevant. See, that's what the years do to you, though. That's what the years do to you. I know there was a Magro that I guarded in that tournament 25 or 30 years, something like that, 35 years ago. So, the pressure.
Christ the King's having a hard time inbounding the ball.
They really are. They should. Well, they're guarding the inbound, so they're not double teaming Anderson, but she's able to get it this time. She moves without the ball a little bit better. It looks like they might be coming with a trap. Oh, she gets rid of it just in time. Gets the ball to Elliott for a good-looking shot. Good job by Anderson.
Tedesco out there.
Oh, that's Tedesco. Sorry, that's Tedesco. Good-looking shot by
Sophia Tedesco.
Yeah, and Anderson did a good job of getting rid of the basketball when the trap came.
Yeah, I think Rutland's going to pick up their game, and I think they're going to do a lot of traps on Issa Anderson.
Yeah, she's got her work cut out for her in the second half. She was able to avoid a significant foul trouble. She picked up 2 fouls right in the early part of the first quarter, but was able to not pick up a third before halftime, even though she played the majority of the first half. We're going to get a foul there, however, as Magro drives to the basket. Foul on, did they call that on 1 or 11? Jesse, did they call that on 1 or 11? 1? 1, the foul was called on Anderson. That's her 3rd foul. Have to keep an eye on that, Bill.
We will. I hope the coach is going to let her know.
Anderson does a good job with the jump stop, misses. Rebounded by Tedesco, does a good job of ripping it, which you don't always see at this age level, but she rips it. Mager steals it though and makes a drive on the right-hand side, no good. Atori in there to get the rebound, knocked out of bounds.
Erin McClellan has checked in. She's a very good 5th grade player.
What number is she?
She's number 13.
Number 13, McClellan checks in for the first time for Christ the King. Ball goes to Woodard. No good. She's had a lot of good opportunities too, but the ball hasn't gone in. Kicks it out to Atori. Over to Magro, open shot.
She
drains it. 3-pointer for Magro, makes it 11-6.
McClellan puts it up.
with a good look, uses the screen. Rebound by Perry, no good. Number 32, Grace Perkins gets the rebound, kicks it out to Atori. She puts up a shot, no good. Ball goes outside, brought up by McClellan. Does a good job dribbling up court. Atori with a good hustle. Wow, did they call that off Grace King? They did, I believe. Wow, they're giving the ball to the city on that one. Anderson getting frustrated, and I have to be honest, there's several calls that have not gone her way. Not sure how that ball could have gone to Rutland City on that steal attempt. It's got to either be a foul or Christ the King's ball.
Yeah, we'll just play it at this.
Magro misses the shot on the wing. Rebounded inside by number 44 for Christ the King. Is that Elliott?
Kristen Elliott.
That's Elliott, and she's fouled.
I think Christ the King needs to fall back to their zone defense. It seems like they've fallen off from it.
They get the ball into Anderson. She's fouled in the backcourt, and there's no call by Atori. And it's going to result in a Rutland City layup. That'll make it 13-6. Anderson probably needs to give it up with a double team coming. It's going to be a tough day for her.
Another bad call there. That was from Magro, and they gave it to the Rutland team.
Yep. Ball inbounded to stolen by McClellan. She gets it to number 23. Who's that for Christ the King, Bill?
23, Logan Fuller.
Logan Fuller, okay.
I think Christ the King needs to slow it down a little bit. And
well, the problem is Rutland's not going to let them slow it down. They're going to make them go fast. And if they allow for a physical game, that's really going to work against Christ the King. We're going to get a held ball there. And it's black possession. Now, don't get me wrong, these games are really hard to officiate at this age level. But if you allow them to get physical, the quality of the play just
diminishes.
It degrades. Rebound by Perry at the missed shot by Woodard. We're going to get a foul call on Rutland. Foul on Atori. Coach Elliott has the Crusaders set up in their press break. Anderson inbound. She goes over the top to Elliott. Elliott takes a few dribbles and stops. That'll work fine if they can get the ball over the zone. Anderson, we're going to get another jump ball. Got a sub for Rutland, number 30. Checking in, that is Alex Lanzillo checking in for the Rutland Rec. Checks in for number 32, Grace Perkins. They get the ball to Elliott. She's unguarded. Makes a good effort to try to get the ball to Anderson, or to Issa Anderson, who was open. Oh, that could be
that's going to be number
fourth
4.
foul on Anderson. Yeah, that'll be Anderson's fourth foul. Coach Elliott's going to have to sub for her. That's really going to affect Christ King against this full court pressure.
Well, seeing the kids out there right now, I think if I were at the helm, I would be trying to get that ball into Kristen Elliott and telling her to shoot the ball. She gets that ball, put the ball up because she's got a good shot on her.
Who do you think's going to be the ball handler for Christ King in this situation now that Anderson's on the bench, Bill?
I think it's going to be Erin McClellan.
Okay.
And she can handle the ball.
They do get it into McClellan, and she dribbles up with the right side. She appears to dribble pretty well with her right hand. Nice entry pot. Really good entry pass to Perry. I'm impressed. That was a really nice bounce pass into Perry. She turns around and makes a nice spin to put it in for Christ King. They really needed a basket. Hadn't scored yet this quarter. That makes it 13-8. Tori drives to her right, and we are going to get a carry call. I thought maybe the ref was going to let that go. That's one of those ones where you can maybe let go if at this age level, but she did carry the basketball.
She did.
So, Tracy Adams makes the call, and it's going to be Christ King's ball.
I think Christ King's going to have to help Erin get that ball up because they're going to double team her.
They stay with the pressure. They do get it to McClellan. She gets it up to Perry. Perry takes a couple dribbles. She pulls it up, able to keep it from going out of bounds, gets it to number 30. Nope, stolen by Woodard. Woodard gets it back into the hands of Magro. Magro brings it up, gets it, passes over to Woodard. She's guarded by number 23.
Logan Fuller. It still is remaining a close game.
It is. Christ King still in the game. Perry's done a good job of
holding the boards down.
She's going to get a reach-in foul there on number 25 for Rutland, Devin Fortier. So it's 13-8 with 1 minute and 38 seconds to play in the third quarter. Yeah, that's a tough one. Good hustle by Tori. Rutland's got some really good athletes that they put up in the front of their press and making it very difficult for Christ King to inbound the ball. Magro dribbles around the top, got guarded closely by Perry, gets it inside to Tori.
Beautiful pass.
Yeah, that's a foul on Perry. She had a huge height advantage over Francia Tori, and probably could have just kept her hands up and would have not gotten the foul, but she slapped down, and the right call made by the official there. Francia Tori will get 2 shots. Fortunately for Francie, she's got a little bit more height than her mother, because she certainly wouldn't have had a chance of getting that shot off if she was as tall as Margie.
Oh, do you know her mother, Jack?
I do know. Actually, I coached your mom on a female softball team. That's where I first met her mother about I shouldn't say that, some time ago. And was somewhat astonished by how vertically challenged she is. However, her dad, Frankie, a normal-sized person, and Francie fortunate enough to get some of the height from that side of the family. And I have to say, I was asked to bring that up by my cameraman, Rich Dow.
I didn't hear Rich say a thing.
But Francie's a good little player for Rutland. She's a hustler, average size to slightly above average even.
Woodard with a steal.
Woodard steals the ball for Rutland, drives into the paint. Woodard and Magro have really gotten a lot of good scoring opportunities, and just, as some nights the ball just hasn't gotten in the basket for them. Magro dribbles around on the right side, misses again, no good. Ball comes out to McClellan. She pulls up before traveling, makes a nice inbound pass to Perry. Oh, no good. That's not a bad idea for Christ King to get the ball in there. Rutland City
she's the biggest girl out there. She puts her hands up, they can get it to her.
Yeah, Rutland City certainly has no one as tall as she is. And we get a foul on Sky Woodard committed by number 23, Logan Fuller.
It's almost like we saw that play 2 quarters ago with a no call.
I know Logan's father, Greg, had a very nice basketball and football career at MSJ. Sky with a drive, Sky Woodard. Ball just won't go in. Fortier gets the rebound and going to get the 3-second call. Yeah, Devin Fortier with a nice rebound, but you only have 3 seconds to make a decision in there what you're going to do with the basketball. Pressure still. They get the ball up to Perry, a very good option due to her size. She's unguarded as she dribbles up the court. makes a good decision and pulls it up, gets it outside to number, tipped by Woodard. Logan is going to get fouled by Woodard. Who is number 3? That's Katie Dugan for Christ the King. Dugan inbounds the ball to McClellan. She dribbles to the right side, guarded by Woodard, by Magro. Spins and tied up by Lanzillo. Lanzillo doing a nice job on defense for Rutland City. Also in the game for Rutland right now, number 34, Peyton Trainer.
Elise going to go for a half-court shot. She gets an opportunity.
3 seconds left in the third quarter. Going to be a turnover stolen by Perry. 2 seconds. Don't know that we're going to get a shot off, but Christ the King with making the last basket of the third quarter to get on the board. And after 3 quarters, the score: Rutland City Rec 13, Christ the King 8. We'll be back for the fourth quarter after this. Glodzik, the tournament actually has been named after Ed. This is actually the 25th year anniversary that it's been named after Ed. I was very good friends with Ed's son Brian. Know his daughter Bethany and their mom Ann. Know them all very well. Ed was a very active in the community with youth sports. Back 25 years ago, died suddenly from a heart attack at a very young age. And to honor all the service he gave to the West Rutland community, the tournament was named in his honor 25 years ago. And it's gotten bigger and better every year. There's still a few folks around in the gym tonight that played in it 40, 50 years ago, and the West Rutland Booster Club just keeps growing the tournament on a yearly basis. This year, PEGTV, heavily involved by donating their time and their resources, did a fantastic job from a promotional basis. Stacy Kent over at PEGTV put together a series of ESPN Sports Center type commercials that they were running on Channel 15 leading up to the tournament. Those they're really hilarious commercials. They did such a great job, so very well produced. You should go to their website, to the PEGTV website, and you can link over to their YouTube channel and view all those commercials, which are just really, really funny. They're televised. Every game this weekend was filmed. The majority of those also had some poor play-by-play done primarily by me, but it seems that the kids folks seem to think that the play-by-play adds a little bit to the broadcast. So we are trying to do as much as we can to provide some audio coverage as well as video coverage of the games. I believe on Friday night, the finals for both the girls and boys will be broadcast by Jack Healy, which is an absolute honor to have a local sports commentary legend like Jack come over to do those games. All of the officiating is volunteer. There are no paid officials. All of the film work, the
Perry up with a shot and gets him back on the game.
All the bookkeepers and the scorekeepers, the people taking tickets. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get this in for PEGTV, Bill. Thanks for
just got to throw a chime in here and there.
Interjecting with the basket. But it's all done for free, and the tournament keeps getting bigger and better. And I know I have a 6th grade kid who is just has looked forward to it all year. So we got to thank the Booster Club and everybody involved for putting on such a great tournament. So we'll get back to the live action. Christ the King not going away. Angela Perry makes a basket to cut the lead to 13-10. Perry gets another rebound, does a great job of keeping the ball over her head, gets the ball to Issa Anderson. She's ahead of the pack, sees, we're going to get a travel. Yeah, Issa did a really good job of dribbling the ball out ahead of the pack and then composed herself, but did walk before she found a player up ahead of her with a pass for a layup. So we've had a few interesting things going on this week, Bill, with PEGTV in honor of the tournament and PEGTV's involvement in it. We are going to be having a all-shoe team, or an all-fashion team. There's been some really wonderful shoe colors this week.
Oh, really?
We have had some impressive fashion displays. A player on my team named Jacob Roundy, I can tell in advance, even though I know that the people are really looking and waiting for this all-shoot team to be announced later in the tournament. But I have to say, there's without a question, Jacob Roundy from the Rutland City Barracudas is a shoe-in to make the all-tournament team.
A shoe-in?
Yeah, he's a shoe-in to make the all-tournament team. He had on last night the most incredible orange shoe, slightly different color orange sock, and a red shooting sleeve. I know Scott Moore was doing the game last night for PEG and was very impressed by what he was able to put together fashion-wise. We're in this game. I really have not seen any shoes out there that are going to be able to be in the running for the all-shoot team. Do you know? Can you
Not
see
on the court right now. Not on the court right now.
The Elise Magro shoes, and I've seen those. I really like those. The Carolina Blue, I think they're Nikes. The Carolina Blue Nikes, I really do like those. But I don't know that they are going to be quite bright enough or audacious, I guess would be a word, enough to qualify for the all-shoot team. The bar has been set pretty high. There's been some really wonderful sock shoe combinations. A girl from Clarendon had a beautiful. She coordinated her shoes with her socks and her headband, and it was a wonderful job by her. I'm not going to release her name because I want to build up the suspense.
Make sure that she's got a shoe to get in the game.
Yeah. That she has a chance to get her foot in the door, so to speak.
Per se?
Yeah, so to speak. She definitely has her foot in the door for the all-shoot team. There's no doubt about it. Jameson Evans is here with us, and he does have a nice pair of shiny Kobe's. Are they kind of shiny gray? Were they? Or are they? Oh, black. Yeah. You know what, Jameson? You're in the running. I can't disclose who's on the all-shoot team, but you definitely have a shot. In the meantime, Rutland makes a free throw to go up 14-10.
Anderson rips it.
Magro misses a jumper. She's playing with 4 fouls. She's doing such a good job, working so hard. Had to handle all the city pressure all through the second half, while playing with 4 fouls. We're going to get a held ball, and it'll be retained by Christ the King.
Christ the King not out of this game yet.
Oh, not by any
means. Down 2 shots.
I'm fairly certain Rutland City was the favorite coming into this game, and Christ the King's hanging around. I can tell you as a coach, when you let a team hang around, anything can happen late in the game. They start to build confidence, and you give them an opportunity for something freakish to happen that allows them to win the game. So.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times. They beat them twice in the regular season.
Oh, so. They did. You're familiar with that. Okay. Was either game close to you?
I don't think either game was close. I think Rutland handily beat them. And for Christ the King to be sticking in the game right now, it's hats off to them.
Really nice crossover there by Issa Anderson, but she's long with the 3. Rebounded by Perkins. 3 minutes exactly left in the game. Rutland City leading Christ the King 14-10. First round game here at the Glodzik. Give and go to Magro, and she's rejected by Perry. In that particular case, she did not hit Magro in the head, so there's no question it wasn't a foul. Just a good block. Fortier to inbound the ball. Magro always moving without the ball. She's such an active player. She really is a pretty talented 6th grade basketball player, always moving without the ball, dribbles well with both hands. Tori's wide open on the wing, but she doesn't take the shot. No good by Fortier gets a roll. Very important basket for Rutland right there to raise the lead to 6 points. Tedesco to inbound. She goes over the zone, but it's fumbled and stolen by Woodard. Gets it to Magro. She dribbles into the lane, throws up a layup, and she gets it. A couple of big baskets there, maybe backbreakers for Christ the King. They're down by 8 with 2:16 to go, 18-10. Anderson throws it right into the hands of Tori, no good. Rebounded again by Tori, and she's going to be fouled. I think by number 30, that would be Stephanie Allen. We haven't called her name yet.
She just came in the game a couple minutes ago.
You know, Stephanie Allen in the game for Christ the King. Checking in. I think we're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a timeout by Christ the King. So 2:07 left in the game. We're going to stay here, I guess, and maybe do a slight recap of the tournament. So yes, Bill, did you play in this tournament when you were a kid?
No, I didn't. I didn't play in this. That was way too long ago.
No, Bill, I know that can't possibly be accurate because I know you to be younger than me. We must have attended a local city school back then. Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Rutland.
But
I do have a year on you.
A year below me, Bill.
A year above you. I'm 44. What are you, Jack? 43?
No, it's not true, Bill. I mean, I appreciate you trying to go there with me.
I'm just trying to help you out with the age.
I understand. I understand now. But didn't you, when back in school, weren't there like local? The schools were all like local schools, like Lincoln or Dana or something like that.
Yeah, we all just played against each other. We didn't really have tournaments that we played in.
Which school did you attend? Lincoln?
I attended Lincoln.
Lincoln Elementary. Yeah, you know, I'm sure there was, you know, economic reasons and that probably benefited the taxpayers to put all the schools together. But I got to tell you, when I bought my house in Rutland, I really bought it with the intent of my kids going to Dana Elementary, you know, so they could walk to school and so forth. And it's kind of too bad that that's been lost to history, all those Rutland city schools.
Yeah.
You know, Dana, Lincoln, Northeast, Southeast. You know, of course, Northeast is still there, but all those little local neighborhood elementary schools are gone in Rutland. Certainly not. Certainly, you know, it's just a part of Rutland's history lost to time, Bill.
Lost to time. They're growing. They're gonna put all the kids in a couple schools, make it a little easier for them to keep track of them.
Are you nostalgic about it all? That you're not, that those schools are gone?
Actually, I am. You know,
I am.
I would have loved my kid to go to school right around him.
Absolutely, walk right to.
Right to school.
Yeah.
I walked to school every day, and didn't matter how much snow was out there. You walked to school. School's
uphill both ways, usually, right?
Oh, both ways.
So we're down under 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You know, it was a barn burner, but Rutland has distanced themselves a little bit from Christ the King. They lead by 8 with 1:45 to go. They stay in the zone defense, which they played most of the game. Anderson passes it back to, who's that, Bill? That's number 30, Stephanie Allen. She's double teamed by Woodard. Wow, vicious screen by number 41, Rory Carrera. Did you see that screen, Bill?
That was a good screen.
That was a really good screen. I think
Could
it
have
might
seen
have been
a couple
an illegal
more of those
screen,
in the game, but well, they're not calling this illegal screens right now. They're kind of letting them go.
Yeah, it was a minute.
Letting them play.
Letting them play. Anderson open. She should take this shot. That she's open. They need baskets. No good. Rebound to Carrera. Maybe Christ the King isn't done yet, Bill. It's 18-12, and they're going to put on some full court pressure. We got a sub in for Christ the King. That is Elliott. And it's a turnover by Rutland. The full court pressure by Christ the King is effective. Never know.
We could use a quick
Never
trade.
know. Anderson open again on the wing. This one's up and it's no good. Rebound Elliott. No, we've got a jump ball. Fortier ties up Elliott. The possession arrow in favor of Rutland. So the ball will go back to the city. Rutland's going to be pressed by Christ the King. They inbound the ball, get it in the hands of Magro. Anderson hustling down the court to beat her, as is number 23, Logan Fuller. Fuller guards Magro out on the perimeter.
Magro has had the ball in her hand for the majority of the game.
She has. Christ the King needs to trap. They also can foul. Rutland's in the 1-and-1. Basket no good. Rutland didn't really need a shot, but they put it up anyway. Christ the King needs to foul. Carrera guarding Magro on the perimeter. She's really hustling, but they need to foul her. They're just going to dribble out the time.
Magro doing one thing that I did teach her, and she's finally caught on, is to keep that ball moving and keep dribbling when you're ahead of the game.
Yes.
Use the clock to your advantage.
Yeah, you were trying to teach her, but she didn't catch on. She was a little stubborn.
She always liked to take those shots, even when she didn't need to. Well,
Bill, apparently her father's been able to get through to her in a way better than you were able to.
I think that's got to do with going to bed early.
Well, he can withhold food, and that's usually a pretty effective disciplinary tool. Magro misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rutland gets a rebound and throw up a wild shot. They want more buckets. Simple as that. They've got a 6-point lead, but they want some buckets. Christ King inbound. Still, they need a quick shot now. They need to push the ball up the court and find anybody. Elliott's open. No, she's not anymore. Anderson gives up her dribble. Passes to Fuller. She lets one go. You never know. Oh. She gets her own rebound. Gets it to Elliott. No good. Rebound Lanzillo. Lanzillo gets it to Magro. Yeah, we're going to get a foul. 8.7 seconds left. This one's just about over.
Hats off to Christ the King, you know, playing with a lot of 5th graders on a team and only a couple 6th graders competing against the 6th grade team.
Yeah, you know what, that sounds like a homer comment, Bill, but I have to agree with you. I'm just kidding. Christ the King really did bust. My understanding was Rutland's one of the better teams in the tournament, and Christ the King made it a game all the way through the game. The city was, they benefited from the city missing a lot of open shots, and you know, they got really good play from their post players. I thought Perry and Carrera did a really good job. Issa Anderson did a stellar job for them tonight. Rutland City led by Magro and Tori and Sky Woodard. Able to put a lot of pressure on the basketball in the second half, and it looks like they're going to pull out a victory here. Still a chance to get your name in the box score, though. But that's going to do it here at the Ed Glodzik Memorial Tournament.
I just answered my own question. I was going to see if we can get out of this game without tears coming, but looking over at a bench, I see a couple coming.
Yeah, well, you know what? This tournament is built up for these girls and boys. It's such a big event that it is emotional. You know what? There's nothing wrong with the tears because it shows passion, and these girls are passionate about basketball. They all played hard. I think we should congratulate both teams for putting on a fine effort. Rutland City is going to move on in the tournament. We're going to wrap it up here for PEGTV. The final score, Rutland City 8, Christ the King 12. Thanks from PEGTV.
The final.